Why do people think that software development is easy? I've lost count of how many times I've been told that should be simple to build, usually by someone who's never written a line of code in their life. I'll be sitting in a meeting with a non-technical manager that sketches out an idea that would take an entire team of developers months to build, and then looks straight at me, the only developer in the room, and says, "Hey, can that be done in 2 weeks?" It's wild how often software is treated like some kind of magic button you can press that says, just build the app, just add this feature, just integrate the API, as if every problem has a toggle switch waiting to be flipped. I've realized people think coding is easy because it looks easy. From the outside, it's just someone sitting comfortably at their desk typing. There's no sweat, no noise, no heavy lifting. They don't see the part where you spend 6 hours debugging a problem that ends up being just a missing semicolon, or when you write the same function 10 different ways to get it to work across different systems. But when the fix that took one line of code required an entire day of mental gymnastics just to figure it out. Physical work is visible. People understand it. Mental work, not so much. I've worked physical jobs before, warehouse work, for example, which can be tough. You're tired, but it's the good kind of tired. You can go home, shower, feel like it's done. Software development doesn't give you that. Your brain never really turns off. You're constantly thinking about systems or dependencies or logic. Even when you step away from the desk, your mind keeps spinning in the background trying to solve that bug. It's not physically painful, but it can absolutely burn you out. You end a day of sitting at a computer feeling like your brain just ran a marathon. The AI myth makes it worse though. Now that AI exists, it's somehow gotten even harder to convince people that this stuff is difficult. Everyone thinks that you can just throw the idea into ChatGPT and get a full production ready app. AI gives you is just a draft, and it can sometimes break things as well the moment you run it. Real engineering is about debugging, making sure that the code is secure, testing, scaling, documentation, all the stuff that no one sees and AI doesn't understand without the context. And when you say it's not that simple, you get labeled as not being a team player, or you get labeled as being negative. Apparently that's really bad for morale. Best analogy I've ever found is construction. If you're building a house, someone asks you to move the kitchen. Everyone knows that's a big deal. In software, the same thing happens. But because the walls are invisible, no one realizes you just broke the entire foundation. Changing one small thing can cascade through hundreds of files, but from the outside, it just looks like you're typing slower than usual. Here are the things what people miss about simple software. A simple app isn't just simple. Even a small feature has layers of invisible complexity. It could have hosting, how to scale the app, how to make it secure, testing. Most people only see the final UI. They don't see all the moving parts underneath it. Look, I don't blame people for thinking software is easy. It's just one of those jobs that hides its effort. But sometimes I wish people could see what goes into even the small things, the hours of debugging, the mental anguish, the constant problem solving. Because the truth is, if software development was really easy, then everyone would be doing it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.